They taught us SketchUp. So I'm new to this. I learned SketchUp a little bit. We have fun with it. We use it. And, you know, I didn't really like it a lot. It was okay. At this point, first of all, SketchUp was designed for architects to make sets, to make houses, to make things like that. It wasn't really designed for 3D printing. So there was this little extension you had to get, and then you had to export it, and you had to put it into this other file that messed up stuff and fixed stuff, and then you could finally use it. So I used that for a little while. Then I went to the project lead-the-way training, and we learned Inventor. Okay, Inventor is a huge program. Boeing used to use it to design their airplanes a long time ago. It does a lot of stuff, but it needs a pretty crazy big computer to run it because it's such a large, huge, big program. Now, the advantage to that large program is if I need a certain bolt that's a certain kind of metal with a certain thread size and all this fancy, very specific stuff, all that stuff's built into the program. Okay, but I don't need all that stuff, and a ton of the program is that kind of stuff. So it needs a big, robust computer, which is cool because now I have these big, robust computers that the nice man in the back corner there bought. He's very nice. I say that even if he didn't buy me. He's still pretty nice. Anyway, so that was Inventor. I used it for a while, and it was okay. It was fine. It was a little bit hard. I asked the 3D printer guys that I bought my 3D printer, because that's what they do. I said, what would you use? He goes, well, Autodesk is coming up with something a little bit easier. It's called 1-2-3 Design. And I started playing with that, and then they discontinued it. And then I asked my 3D printer guys again. They said Fusion 360. Has anybody used that one or seen that one? Okay, pretty nice. It works real well. It's a small download, PC, Mac. My kids liked, see the smile? They liked it. The kids liked it, and it was pretty good. Even the next year, some of the kids that I had switched over to another program. Some of them just kept using the Fusion 360. So it's a good option. It's a nice option. Tinkercad, I played with it a little bit. I have some other teachers in our district that use it, and most of them say that it's really good for beginner stuff. It's really easy, yeah. It's a little bit harder to do more advanced stuff, and the interface isn't like any of the more advanced stuff. It's very simple. So if you're doing, this is just what I hear. Again, if you use it and you like it, and you're happy with it, you
can do a lot of stuff.
Right. What I've heard and read is great for elementary school kids to get them started.
There are a lot of pre-made objects.
But then it's probably good to move on to something else. SolidWorks. I took a week-long course in SolidWorks. If I had money, I'd probably buy this. Okay. I know one of.
He didn't. What? I didn't hear you. I was posting.
Good. I know one of our high schools has this, and he, I think last year, this year, he got a couple of kids certified in it even.
Yeah.
So the kid graduated high school with a certificate in this, and he's making more money than his teacher now. Now, you know what? I did just hear today from one of my other master team. So that might be something. Okay, now, if you don't have the money, and you don't have whatever, this is Onshape. So now I go and I ask the Airwolf people again. They say, you know what, the cool new thing now, like, you guys are killing me. I keep learning these new programs, but it's a little fun. He says Onshape. You want to use Onshape. Onshape is it. So Onshape is two guys from SolidWorks who took off from SolidWorks, started their own company, and it's pretty neat. It's online, it's free, it emulates. I'll show you this here, I think. This is what it looks like. So I mean, it has the view cube, it has the navigation, it has the part tree, it has. I mean, it's very similar to SolidWorks and Inventor. It's a different color, but it's the same idea. It has some different preferences. So some of these, I forget which, I know one of these is like for buildings and architecture, but this is SolidWorks. So if you click on the preferences for SolidWorks, it emulates the same preferences, the same mouse clicks, the same look as SolidWorks. So my guy is happy with that because I'm teaching him this, and they go to him and he teaches SolidWorks, and they just go, got it. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so I use SolidWorks, I use Onshape, There's two different things I want to talk about. You know what, for the kids who have a hard time, I 3D printed this. Maybe that's the right one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So that the kids who have a hard time, I can go, okay, look, front view, look, what do you see? Right view, top view. I mean, so some of the kids get this right away. They're done with the worksheet before explaining the worksheet, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the kids need a little bit of time. And then you have a few kids who just have a hard time. And I find that this really,
Help them.
top view, front view, right? Really helps. So I make for each one of those, I make those.
I said, they don't do this anymore, it's all squares now.
They don't, I show you the squares too, but you can still do the old stuff. They don't say you can't. Okay, if you finish fast, so see, now you're not the slowpoke, now you're the gate student, you finish fast. If you have finished all your assignments and you haven't gotten in trouble this week, and you're not missing anything, and you want to help others, if you want to help others, I have several of these. So you can put this around your neck, and those people have the authority to get up and walk down and help. Right? Instead of everybody, Joe Schmo is like over there, dude, what are you doing? Whatever. Like, in your seat. So really, I mean, if you're transitioning, cool, but otherwise, you should be in your seat doing something. So I have about 5 of these. I don't really want everybody up and around, but I use this so that they know they can get up and around. Okay.
You made that one the same too?
Pardon?
You made that one the same too?
No, you know what? One of our teachers is modeling. Okay, so additive. So I have this piece. I just have one little piece, and I say, okay. Then you sketch your little sketch, and then you extrude it. So I have another piece, and I set it on there. I'm adding to it, right? I mean, and there's the piece. And then subtractive, same thing. A big chunk, and I show them, you draw that, and you take that piece out, and then you end up with that. Okay, so again, just for the kids that need a little help, here's how this works. What, which one is this, additive or subtractive? Well, let me come. And in Onshape, they have, with Inventor and most of the programs I've used, it's when you extrude, it's a positive or negative.
Yeah.
And this one, it's an add or remove, so it makes a little more sense that way. It's not a big deal, but well, it seems to make a little more sense. Guess what? 3D printed it right there, and I saved them, so they're all fixed now. We only have two of them away, right? Yeah. I got a 3D printer.
You're gonna link the STL file in your.
If anybody wants it, I'll send it to you. That's gonna be the #1 best.
Yep.
We like these little fixed like calipers.
Yeah, 5 stars. Have them show you their 5 stars.
Something, I got this from one of our high school teachers, because I guess this program, this part of the project was in the high school curriculum.
Yeah.
So the criteria for our project is, you have to use a 4-cube piece, a 5-cube piece, and a 6-cube piece, and the rest I don't care what you do. But so then to practice these drawings, this is a 6-cube piece. Draw a whole bunch of those so you can come up with your different ideas. They're interlocking.
It's gotta be 3 by 3 by 3,
Yes.
that's 4 high.
You know what? This is